Canada to send heavy artillery weapons to Ukraine, Justin Trudeau pledges.
Here's a summary of the article.
Canada will send heavy artillery weapons to Ukraine as the land battle with Russia intensifies, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced Tuesday, describing the fight with Moscow as a struggle for liberty and democracy. Ukrainians have fought like heroes over the past number of months, and they're not just fighting for Ukraine, they are fighting for the values that underpin so many of our free and democratic societies, Mr. Trudeau said during a visit to New Brunswick. Mr. Trudeau's announcement came hours after U.S. President Joe Biden and other allied leaders discussed imposing further economic pain on Russia and vowed to provide more weaponry and aid to Ukraine as Moscow launched an all-out assault on eastern Ukraine. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki told reporters aboard Air Force One as Mr. Biden flew to New Hampshire that the leaders reiterated their commitment to providing security, economic and humanitarian assistance to Ukraine in the face of Russia's invasion. Russia seized a town in eastern Ukraine as part of a fresh all-out assault that Ukraine has described as the Battle of Donbas, aimed at taking two provinces. Mr. Biden, asked by reporters if he planned to supply Ukraine with more artillery, said he would do so. A French presidential advisor said allies had discussed how to provide security guarantees to Ukraine after the war if it's not part of NATO and its automatic defense mechanism known as Article 5. Our country is ready to provide security guarantees, the French official said.
This post received a score of 35,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
We could send the geese.
But at what cost? Their savage belligerence would not end with the decimation of Russian forces.
Yes, that would be a clear Geneva Convention violation.
More likely a violation of the Gander Convention. I see you're familiar with bird law.
Familiar enough to know when it has been run afoul.
Greater than heavy artillery guns can fire large caliber shells at long range. Much further than infantry weapons. Flashbacks to writing essays at school and desperately trying to pad the word count.
They shoot far, on an arc. However, since the weapons shoot further than infantry weapons, the arc is bigger. The further the projectile, the larger the arc. This means that you will get hit from a further distance than infantry-based weapons. Which also means the combatants using the artillery will be typically further away than infantry weapons. Therefore, it is typical for defending combatants to stay out of range of the artillery and not the infantry.
The Arc of Triumph.
The French will not be pleased.
Are they ever? Things just got very serious and I thought we were all just having fun.
Found France. I didn't even know he was missing.
I bet he's hiding with Mario.
Everyone cracking jokes should look up the M777 howitzer, particularly the Canadian variant. Add in the S-caliber shells and the fact a crew of 5 can operate it and realize it's a fantastic gun to be sending. These things were deadly in Afghanistan.
Oh, it is. Problem is our 3 dozen M777s are the entire Royal Canadian Artillery.
Yeah, well, they need to replace everything they send ASAP. Buy 2 for every 1 cent. But that's a different issue at this point.
Yeah, we're really bad at buying shit, and the expected big boost to CF funding didn't happen, even in light of current world events.
Probably C3 howitzers. Would be cool if they would send some M777 ERs though. Engaging targets at over 40 miles would be perfect for Ukrainian forces.
If they send C3s, it would be continuation of the trend when allies are unloading their old useless equipment to Ukraine. Zelensky asks for 155mm howitzers but gets 105mm that Ukraine doesn't use or needs.
Well, if they do send old howitzers to Ukraine, they could possibly use it in other ways. They could move artillery they do use from West Ukraine to the east, and put the old junk in areas that no fighting is really expected.
Doesn't work like that. Most of the artillery units are already the front or close to it. There are no sitting artillery garrisons. It also creates a whole new issue of ammunition. Ukraine doesn't use 105mm howitzers at all, so where do you get the ammo? Artillery uses a lot of ammo.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.